Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome back to Allah's Snack Pack. I don't think today's topic needs an introduction.
First and foremost, a thank you is in order. A thank you to the brothers, sisters, young and old, and every single soul that has been martyred in Palestine.
These last 30 days, the Ummah has woken up from the delusions of this dunya, from the worldly desires that we are also trapped and consumed by.
Palestine has reminded us that this dunya is nothing but a distraction. Our true purpose is not in the position of our jobs, not in our social standings, not in our valuables or properties, but the akhirah. And for that, we thank them for reminding us.
Because of them, many of us are fixing our deen. Despite total communication blackouts, the Palestinians are still speaking to us. Their cries echoes throughout our daily lives, forcing us to take a look at our iman, forcing us to make a change.
I'll pick her up, it's fine. Yeah. Wow. We have witnessed an unending wave of horrors from Palestine. More dismembered and maimed children than any of us would ever like to see. More death and destruction in the past 30 days than any of us have ever witnessed in our entire lives. But in all the ugliness of this genocide and cruel occupation, you see glimpses of something very profound. Through the wails of loved ones, the sobbing of children, the people of Palestine are constantly remembering their Creator. You don't see them screaming profanities or even cursing the other side. Instead, you hear them calling to Allah.
The level of strength and trust that they have in Allah is undeniable and amazing to witness. And make no mistake, it's not just the Muslims who are noticing this. All across social media, you see people from all backgrounds and faiths buying a Quran, asking questions about Islam, admiring the faith of the Palestinians. The more the evildoers of this dunya try to extinguish the light of Islam, the brighter it burns. And these are the ones that we know of, the ones sharing it on social media. How about the ones who could be brainwashed and are secretly researching and finding the truth? What?
It's the same thing that happened after 9/11. There's going to be an entirely new wave and new generation of Muslims. It's almost as if the people who are researching it, it's almost as if they feel like, what do the Muslims know? Why are they so firm in their belief? It's almost as if they know a secret that we don't. And a thought like that alone can spur someone to start researching Islam. Because we as Muslims fully understand and we know that death is not the end. And yet another thing that we have to thank them for. How many different aspects of the Zionist machine have been exposed? The brands that support them, the media outlets that support them, the celebrities and people who support them, the governments on a leash like a dog, bowing to their master, all of these entities being exposed in real time. Information like that is invaluable. When it comes down to it, when it really hits the fan, you find out people's true colors. You truly find out where their allegiances lie. If you didn't know by now, the vast majority of legacy media serves the master. From the language they use to the style of their reporting, everything is controlled. It's evident in their biased and hypocritical reports. Even the tongues of the evil oppressors have exposed them.
We are not the victims. Sorry, we are the victims. We are not the aggressor. Sorry.
But I can tell you that we are not targeting anyone else in Gaza but civilians. We are not targeting anyone else in Gaza but civilians. Hamas is cynically, but rather terrorists, of course.
Gotcha, bitch.
We are not the victims.
You dumb motherfucker.
Let this be a reminder. The day of judgment is a necessity. Everyone must answer for their deeds, even if they go unchecked and unpunished in this dunya.
Don't watch the news, find information elsewhere. You know something is absolutely rotten when social media, the place where you once shared what you had for lunch, is reporting the truth, while multi-million-dollar studios are spreading propaganda.
That's some bullshit.
We will never forget the hundreds of people standing in line to buy bread, only to be massacred. We will never forget the massacre of the hospital that housed women, children, the injured, and people who just needed a roof over their heads. We will never forget the trembling children, the shaken children, sobbing children, and the massacred children.
We will never forget the man who sat quietly in a corner, reading the Quran to his child for the last time. We will never forget the grieving mother, crying for her children that died on an empty stomach, massacred while waiting for food. And we will never forget that they were more upset than relieved that the story of the 40 babies was fake. And most importantly, we will never forget that the cruel and evil occupation is and always will be the root cause of all this pain and suffering. The world is waking up and finally seeing the evil occupation that the people of Palestine have endured for decades.
The children of Palestine has gone through more heartbreak in their childhood than most will in an entire lifetime. May Allah grant them and their grieving parents Jannah. Ameen.
Keep praying and keep pushing back against their propaganda, because they can spend $10 million on advertising. They can buy all the media outlets they want. They can accuse anyone and everyone of anti-Semitism, and they can buy their support, but they can never buy the truth. Assalamu alaikum and thank you for watching.
Lastly, let this be a stark and grave reminder of our true purpose in this dunya, this temporary plane of existence. Return to Allah, get close to your deen before it's too late, because death comes for us all.